Alright, YouTube, listen up. Got a client here. Listen, basically he told me that I could do whatever I want.
Now I do what I want. Yeah. Now I do what I want.
We're gonna cut it all off. He's going strictly bald. I'm gonna skin cut it off and just take it all off. We're gonna put it on the... Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna basically give him a shadow fade taper with some length on top a little bit, and yeah. I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. Stay tuned. Intro now available on iTunes and Google Play. Alright, you guys, before you start cutting, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna part the hair at the parietal ridge. Now, the parietal ridge is that area at the top corner of your client's head. While doing this, make sure that your parting is really neat. Part it in the area that wants to fall towards you. You don't want to force the hair on top to lay over. You only want to bring down the hair that's gonna naturally lay over, because what you're doing is setting a base for the hair on top to sit on. With my Endless Cordless Masters, with the 3-guard open, I'm debulking. I'm basically using my comb as a way to stop the clipper from going too high. I'm making sure that I go up. I take out all the bulk underneath. I'm not necessarily going too far up because I need some of that bulk at the top so I could put a nice shape so that the hair at the top can have something to sit on. Now, when it comes to the back, one thing you guys gotta, pay attention to is not to go all the way up. Stay below the occipital bone, which is that lump in the back of your head. Now, it varies with each client. Some clients have a bigger lump than others, but you want to make sure that you stay below it. That way you can maintain a unique type of shape to your client's head. Next step is to clipper over comb the sides. Now, you're not taking off all of the bulk. What you're doing is paying attention to your shape. I'm putting my comb in at a 45-degree angle and I'm cutting off everything that hangs over. Meanwhile, I'm looking right directly in front of my client, making sure that everything lines up, making sure that shape is at sort of like a 45-degree angle. So I'm gonna give my client a burst taper. I just think that it would look way better with this type of cut. Starting with my bald line using my Babyless red skeletons, I'm gonna set in my bald line in a triangle-like shape. Now with my lever open, I'm going up around the triangle-like shape. I'm going up about a ½ inch, and just pay attention to how I went against the grain when I set in this guideline. Sometimes it's not just up and down motion. Sometimes you got to come at it at an angle. Same thing with the one guard open, going up about a ½ inch, making sure I keep that rainbow-like consistency. So with the 2 guard open, I'm just kind of scooping out, clearing out that bulk at the top. With the 0 guard closed in a flick out motion, using my corners, flick out that middle line. Same thing with the lever closed in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Make sure that you're going from the inside out using your corners. Now that you put your guidelines in and you took them out, here's the part where you do some detailing. I like to look away from the blend. I like to look in the mirror. I like to give my eyes a rest before I do detailing. That way I could come back with a fresh pair of eyes and debulk. All right, I'm using my 0 guard and I'm using my corners. I'm gonna be using, the lever open, getting into those corners and just really detailing my blend. Now, as far as the back goes, I use the same steps as I do on the sides on the back. So right now I'm gonna take out my duck clips and I'm gonna saturate my client's hair with water to prep it to do some shear work. So right now I'm gonna basically part the bangs in a triangle-like shape and just comb the rest of the hair backwards. So after that, I'm gonna part the hair right above the parietal ridge and bring some of that length down on top. So a lot of people will just use shear work to, knock this hair off, but I like to do clipper over comb. I'm gonna put my comb at a 45-degree angle and I'm just gonna match it up with the shape that I already built. And I'm gonna continue this process throughout the whole entire head, bringing down little by little some length at the top, clipper over combing. That way, if my client moves his hair any which way, on either side, that you have no hair hanging over. I'm gonna take some length off at the top. Just because we clipper over combed it on the side, that doesn't mean that we don't need to still take some length off at the top. So I'm gonna start from the middle. I'm gonna take a good about 2 inches off of the top, work my way back, using the front piece as a traveling guideline, working my way back. And after I'm done with that, I'm gonna go around my client's parietal ridge and set my fingers at a 45-degree angle and just make sure that the hair flows into the top. as far as cutting the bangs, I'm gonna leave the bangs a little longer than the back area. So instead of cutting off about like 2 inches, I'm only gonna probably cut off 1.5 inches. Meanwhile, while I'm cutting, I'm being mindful of the shape as I go back and still making it flow into every corner of my client's head. And finally, as far as on top, I'm gonna blow dry in style. So I'm gonna put some styling powder in my client's hair just so it can have some stiffness, so it can add some volume. I kind of started to stay away from gel, you know what I mean? I like that dry look better. So I'm gonna just put this powder in and spray it with some hairspray. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in the full 360, and they come out looking like bam. YouTube, this is the cut. And if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction is on the beat. That's my brother. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel. Links will be in the description below. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. My Snapchat is Jeezy360 and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.